Hello everyone and welcome back to the AcademiCode Android Application Practice Series. And this one we're just going to be optimizing some of the code. I made a few decisions to just get things done quickly, and we're going to go ahead and optimize them and make sure we're doing error handling properly so that it's a little bit more production ready when we do choose to use our application out in the wild. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to go into main.xml, and as you can see, the text in the edit text here starts from the left end of the view. We want to center it in the middle. It's just going to look a lot more aesthetically pleasing that way. So we'll come in here to the edit text, and we're going to type Android gravity, and we want center. When we come back in here, we'll see that it's centered, so that's really neat. And additionally, we're now going to externalize all the strings. So as you noticed, I was kind of using a bad practice here when I was typing the values for the text views and the buttons. I was using hard-coded strings, which is frowned upon because you don't get to adjust. Well, it's a lot more work to make your application work with different languages. So we're going to go ahead and externalize them now. We'll do that in the strings.xml file, which is in the values folder. And we're going to go ahead and make a new section here for main.xml strings. Here's how you make comments in XML. It's open brace exclamation point dash dash, or open caret rather. It's kind of a strange format, but there we go. And let's see what we need to make here. Looks like we need to have enter bill, the enter bill string, and the select tip string, as well as all these button strings. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Enter bill, and the text is enter the total bill amount. And we have to do that again for select tip, and we'll say select the tip amount, or select a tip amount. And then we have all the buttons. So we have, let's say, button 10. We'll say 10%. We'll do the same twice more for the other two buttons that we have, 15 and 20. Change it to 20. Now we have 15 there. Alright, so let's now go into main and update them as we need to. So we'll do this straight in the XML view. We've got the text view here. We want to remove this entirely, and we're going to say @string, and we want to use enter bill. There we are. Then for the edit text, we do nothing there. For the button, we're going to do @string. This is tip 20, so we'll have the button 20 there. @string button 15. @string button 10. We'll just continue doing this until we have all the strings resolved. Got the last one here. @string and our select tip. We'll just click on that there. And when we come into the XML, we'll see that nothing's changed, but now we're externalizing our strings so that if we want to use a different language, it's easy. We just change the strings.xml file, or we route to the appropriate language file. And that's for main.xml. Now we have result.xml, where we need the your tip. Well, it's tip, total, and then there's the finished button. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Separate it with another comment. Result.xml strings, and here we'll do string name tip amount, and the value is your tip is, and we will also need two more. Oh, that should say tip amount, and then we have total amount, and finished. Well, we'll keep the conventions and we'll say button finished. And this is going to say finished. Your new total is, and there we go. So again, we'll come into result.xml and we'll modify the text views accordingly. So we'll change this text to @string, and we want to say tip amount and total amount. There we go. And for the button, we want the text to say the same thing, but we're going to take it from the string button finished. Great. So we'll see everything looks the same. Awesome. And the last thing I want to do is, well, let me demonstrate what I want to do by running the application. So when you're using the tip calculator here, we're going to see that when we click 10% without entering any number in the edit text, the application crashes, and we want to handle that. So in order to fix this, let's go back into our main.java file, and you'll see that the problem is here. We're trying to parse double on a edit text which could potentially be null. So we're just going to perform a quick check for that. If et.getText, well, actually the best way to do this would be string text gets et.getText dot toString. Then we can do if text dot equals the null string, meaning there's nothing in there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use the toast method, pass in main.this as the context. The text we're going to use is going to come from getResources.getString r.string.et error. Well, let's say error et. And we actually haven't defined this string yet, so let's do that now. Error strings. And we'll call this string name gets error et. And we're going to say, oops, please enter a value as your total bill. We'll come back into main. The duration that we want for our toast will be toast.length short, and then we want to show that toast. We can immediately call show because this factory method makeText actually returns an instance of the toast that it's creating. So we can just immediately call .show, and then we want to return straight after that, just so we can escape out of that method and avoid crashing our application. So when we run now, we will see that the application actually works nicely. So we've got our centered text, and then we're going to type in, let's say we had a $50 meal, and we want to do a 20% tip. So there we go. We have the default functionality there, but now if we completely take it away and then we still click 20%, we get the error. Oops, please enter a value as your total bill. So this should actually probably be a little longer so that people can read it. But that's it. That's our application from start to finish. Now, as you can see, it's just a very basic application with a white background. It could be optimized and made to look very, very neat. And I challenge you to do that. If you want to take this application as a base and just build something neat off of it, please go ahead. That's one of the best ways to learn. You've got a solid foundation here. Just branch off of this and see where it takes you. And of course, you can always impress your friends with your fancy your fancy tip calculator whenever you have a really complicated or large bill for dinner. But again, that's it for now, folks. From here, I would recommend you either participate in one of the challenges that I've broadcasted on the channel to make one of those apps in your own time, or just continue learning some of the fundamentals. I'm going to be going on to the intermediate topics in Android soon, so look out for that in your subscription bar. But once again, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as usual, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.